So I'm Johan Richet. I'm from France, so please bear with my bad accent. Um, I'm here to talk about a new French product, which is called catalogue.data.gov.fr, and which I'm the product owner of. But first, I want to do a quick introduction of myself. I'm a co-founder of a company called multi.coop. You can find the website. It was previously known as Jailbreak, and it's a small company specialized in open data and open source tooling. I've worked previously at Catalogue, which is the French government agency dedicated to open data, and which is managing data.gov.fr, where the French equivalent of data.gov. Yeah, so I can share my screen first. Let me see. Yeah. So I've used Google Translate, so I hope you can it's more easier to understand, because a lot of the content I will share is in French. And basically it's a new product currently in development, so I can't really show you since it's very early days of this development, but I will focus more on the part of the investigation which I've done before the development. Yeah, I forgot. I wanted to to thank you for this invitation to present this product. And yeah, I've used the frictionless data tooling and specification for a while. I've previously used most notably table schemas. And I'm thankful for all that frictionless data is doing, and I can really testify that in open data project it's very useful. In France, we have a lot of table schemas produced by a lot of official administration, and it's very useful to as a framework to help data producers to produce really good quality data. And so yeah, that's why also I'm here today. And so without further ado, the data cataloging research I've done, I won't tell everything about it, because I really want to have your own opinion about this. It's a lot related to data portals. It's a lot related to how users manage their own data catalog, which I will define. And it's a lot related to the tooling and the new workflows that have emerged in the last few years, actually, at least in France, but I think in a lot of places around the world too. And it tells, in my opinion, a lot about maybe the future of open data. I will share the main insights that I've gathered in the last few months during my research. So this research came into existing because in France, a lot of administrations have developed roadmaps of their open data policy, and in those roadmaps, the cataloging is the term used of the data has taken a big place. So it was this new kind of term in France has attracted a lot of attention of the central agency charged with the open data policies, which is the DINUM, the digital direction of the government. And Etalab is a part of DINUM, the Open Data Agency. So they have asked me to do this research about data cataloging, and to see how the administration could catalog their data in a more robust way. Obviously, in France, something that has to be told is that administration have the obligation to publish the open data since 2016. It's an obligation by law, but the reality is that a lot of data producers don't really know how to publish, and the open data by default law hasn't really happened in reality. And what I've gathered also is that there is a lot of challenges related not to the open data publication, the way to publish the data. The data portals like CCAN or open data portals that exist are really doing a great job on that. But the issues are more related to the problem of maintainability of the catalog and the traceability of the data sets in those catalogs. The people don't really know who is responsible for the data, and people don't really know where is the data coming from. And they have started to use tools, generic data management tools, to do this cataloging in a way that is really separated, distinct from the data publishing, which is done mostly on open data portals. And they use tools like Excel or Airtable to manage their catalog, what they call themselves open data catalog. And this process is kind of a duplication of the data publishing workflow that they have been doing for years before. And this tells me that there is kind of something that we can say about the paradigm of open data in the last 10 years, which I've called catalog versus portal. What I can tell, in my opinion, is that at the beginning, which frictionless data and the Open Knowledge Foundation has been a pioneer at the beginning. We can really, I can really say that this has been a great inspiration for myself, but a lot of projects, including in France with data.gov.fr, has been really inspired by this. At the beginning, the catalog was the portal, meaning that the portal was the purpose of the portal was to catalog the data and publish the data and store the data that was published. And this was a single process. And the data producers were also data publishers, and the same users that were gathering knowledge of the data in the organization were also the same ones that were publishing on the portal. But in more recent years, I've seen a lot of advice directed to these organizations to help them with this process that are becoming more complicated. In France, obligated by law, so a lot of new effort has been pushed to do this. Is that there was a need to have a catalog before portal, meaning that it was a prerequisite to the publication, meaning that it was like organizations don't really want to publish their data by default. They want to make sure that the data is clean before they put it in the portal. So we have first to map our open data or data catalog, and to make sure that it's good before we publish it. So it started a new workflow to gather data, some of which was not to be made in open. So it was more data management workflow that has started, and the data management systems that Open Knowledge and Datopian have talked a lot in more recent years. I've seen it also in France. So portals are not really designed for that, because portals are meant to store open data, and they are not really meant to gather information on data that is not yet published, or to gather information related to the people that are linked, or the organization, sub-organization related to one data set and not really the other. So dedicated tools have appeared, but generic tools like Airtable and Excel that I've talked earlier that are more flexible to do this in a more specific way. But the problem is that this catalog workflow was completely separated from the the open data workflow. As you can guess, those catalogs are done by different people from the open data portals in terms of management. And so it's become two efforts instead of one. So what I think is that we need to improve the tooling to make sure that there is a new workflow that is united between the two, and that the broken link between catalog and portal, including the tools and processes, are united again. So yeah, in France, at least, that's the insight I've gathered. And what we are working on is something that could improve the invisible part of the process, invisible from the open data users, obviously, but still keeping the data portals as they are. And since there are a lot of open data portal solutions, we have to make sure that this tool works in collaboration with the open data portals. And I'm sure that it would be something that can be linked to CCAN or other open data portals. And yeah, at least one example I can tell of a problem that I've seen in a lot of organizations is that when users want to find information about a data set from open data portals, most of the time they only have a way to post a comment or ask a question on the dataset page, and this sends the notifications to people in the portal, but most of the time it doesn't go to the person which is the data producer, the person who has the knowledge about the dataset. So it could be seen as a way to link the traceability, the data lineage that we can see also in other new tools that I've studied, which are called data catalogs. Actually, maybe you are familiar with these kind of tools, which are more familiar to the people working with cloud solutions and ETL solutions, this kind of a data stream integration kind of systems. The data lineage, I think, is a really important thing to really have in mind for the future of open data, in my opinion. Even though it won't probably not be automated like in the tools that you can see the list here, but in a more crowdsourced way, like in CCAN or other open data solutions. We have to make sure that the data sets are linked to the persons that are related to those data sets and the organizations and systems where the data sets are coming from. Because in a lot of places, the open data resource, the file published on open data, I've seen different states before being published in open data. Most of the time, it comes from a database or a business application of some kind, and then it extracted, and it can have different state before being published. And we have to make sure that this lineage can be traced from the beginning to the end. And this will ease a lot of data management, in my opinion. So yeah, this is the insights I wanted to share. I want to hear your thoughts about it. I can obviously answer your question about a lot of more information that I can share too, but I wanted to introduce this with some key insights first. Is there any question or something that I can clarify or expand upon?